Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Tori left. She's been gone for about a week and I'm in Colorado now. I'm gonna go to the sand dunes tomorrow. I'm camped at a beautiful campsite right now. It's right by this reservoir and there's a bunch of wildflowers and it's just really stunning. I just got here. So I'm gonna make some food right now and I honestly think what I'm gonna do is just like chop up a bunch of the veggies I currently have that I got. Like I have bell pepper, onion, potatoes, and then I think I might have some canned soup. I have this Amy's organic soup. It's the lentil flavor, so I think I'm gonna do that. I don't know, it's pretty simple and easy, but I feel like I really need vegetables in my body. I got like so many vegan cookies from Trader Joe's and got fries and just junk food today basically. Because I was driving, it was easy, it's quick, whatever. I need vegetables. I'm gonna get sweet onion, bell pepper, potato, and then zucchini. I think that'll be yummy. It was so much fun having Tori. I was on such a high and now I kind of feel like sad again. This isn't that long that I'm not gonna see her. It's only like a week basically, but the last session I didn't see her was a month and a half. That was after Costa Rica, and it was honestly really hard for both of us. Like there were so many days where I was having a bad day and I really wanted to be with her, like not on FaceTime, like call and cuddle. Good days too, like I want to share the good days with her. I don't know, it was just a really hard session, and so I feel like when she left I had PTSD of the feelings from that month, but it's honestly been good. It's only a week and I think it's healthy to have time away from your partner too, so it's good. So good. Wow. I love avocado on soup. Just so good and creamy.
I'll spend, but I'm not sure what you meant, 'cause you read the text that I sent. For your love was all spent, and I don't know why.
I didn't even finish that workout. I only did I didn't even finish one circuit of it. There was 3 circuits of the workout, but I just wasn't feeling it. I'm gonna make myself some coffee though. I have this nice collapsible kettle. I just put water in it and then I can plug it in and it boils it for me. And then I got this off Amazon. I'll link it down below. But I also have this AirPress coffee maker. I will also link this down below. But this is really handy and quick. So I'm going to use these 2 thingy-majiggies and we're gonna make some coffee. I basically just use one of the filters that come with it. Just a tiny little filter. Put that in the bottom, screw that on, put it on there, and then I grab 1 scoop of coffee. Put that in there, flatten it out. Then I'm gonna wait for the water to boil. I had a big container of almond milk. It's actually rice milk, and it started leaking, so I actually put it in this little cup. So once you put the boiling water in, you can just press it down with this contraption basically immediately until you hit the coffee grounds. Sun glints on sparkling faces. I don't feel or see anymore. I don't feel or see anymore. To be young, to be young. We're just leaves floating on down the stream. My job, my house, my car, my whole social scene. So high are the stakes, every move we make sends us down, down, down in that stream. Even the only life I know, but summer days rush out like warm air from my lungs. It's just the way the story goes. All I lost to wish I didn't know. All I didn't know when we were young. When I was young, I told myself I'd keep my friends. They were good and I was sure. I just finished editing 2 videos today. I'm exhausted. When I edit, I totally neglect myself for like 7 hours. I don't eat. I don't drink water. I don't get out of bed. All I do is finish the projects that I'm devoted to finishing, which is cool because now I have 2 projects that I'm really excited about, but I have a headache because I haven't drank at all today, so I'm gonna eat this watermelon jerky, which I got from Trader Joe's. It's honestly so good. It's kind of just like dried watermelon, but very good. That feels so good. I didn't use that much water. I have a 30-gallon water tank. I want to say I probably used a gallon, maybe 2. It's really hard to gauge. I take a shower where I put a little bit of water on me. I rub that all over me. Then I put the soap and everything that's needed. And then I do it again. And so I'm just conserving that way. I have hot water. So I just turned my water heater on this morning because I knew I would probably want to shower. And with that hot water, since it's already heated up, I think I'm gonna do the dishes and then I'm gonna get ready to make dinner.
Working on a fastball, throwing hard, aiming high and a little bit outside. If it never gets dark, I'll never go inside. Number 45 from the mound takes the sign. Checks the runner on third, working down the line. Holds his breath and closes his eyes. If the game never ends, we'll never go inside. Never say goodbye.
I am at the sand dunes currently. I've kind of had a rough morning. I don't even really know why. It might be because I started my period. I drove like 40 minutes here. I just got stabbed by cacti and I've just been kind of moody. But I thought I would talk a little bit about what my parents thought about me living in a van. So everyone in my family and my extended family, like my brother, my sister, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, my parents, they're all in a very professional field. So they're like engineers, computer scientists, doctors, lawyers, surgeons, and on my mom's side of the family, they grew up really poor, so they really found like liberty and freedom through a higher education. And for me, moving into a van also meant dropping out of college. So my parents obviously weren't the biggest fans. More so my mom was resistant to it than my dad. We were fighting a lot, but honestly, the fighting began so much longer before than this. Like, I'm very different than my family in so many ways, not just this way. We fought a lot, and this was just an extension of that. Just one more thing we disagreed about, because we disagreed about politics, how we viewed the world. We disagreed about like veganism and eating animals. We disagreed about like just our hobbies and our interests. It wasn't a big surprise that this was going to be an area of disconnect. My mom tried really hard to scare me and instill a lot of fear-based limiting thoughts into me as to whether or not I could make a career doing something I loved and whether or not I could travel full-time. And so I feel like I had to overcome a lot of those limiting beliefs that she projected onto me. But I did that, and I tried really hard to do that, and I knew that it wasn't true, what I was being told. It's actually kind of funny too, because I feel like living in a van or deciding to live in a van, whether or not my family is even aware of this, really healed our relationship, because from the time I was like 5 onwards, my family and I didn't get along because, again, there were just so many differences. We didn't see eye to eye on so much. I was a pretty troubled kid in a lot of ways, but they also weren't really the best parents in a lot of ways as well. They brought in a lot of teachings that they were taught from their parents that, looking back on it, I really just don't agree with. And I think intuitively as a child, I knew like I shouldn't be treated this way. Me dropping out and deciding to live in a van, for some reason, just really shifted this whole dynamic and this pattern that had been going on for years with me and my parents, where we were just fighting a lot. And I think initially everything exploded and they were like, what, you can't do this? And I was like, yeah, I can. It is my choice and I am gonna drop out. And they really tried to kind of control my decisions and push back on me doing this, But at some point they let me be free, and I started to save up for this dream, and I started to work really hard and do a lot of things, and they started to see that. And I think it helped me release a lot of resentments, because me going to college was purely for them and in no way was for myself. I never really wanted to go to college. I always hated school. So I think if I were to have had continued on this path that they really wanted me to do and they laid out for me, which was to get like a 9-to-5 job and a degree like the ones they have, which is like engineering, lawyer, doctor, I think I probably would have carried that resentment for much longer. Me finally taking my life into my own hands and deciding that I can do what I want to do with it, and I can shape it in the way that I dream for it to be. With or without the approval from my parents, I think I was able to finally just not resent them. And I don't think it was fair to resent them, because I was an adult. I did have my own choice and I could have done this. One thing I learned from the entire experience of moving into a van is don't ask for permission, ask for acceptance after you've done it. I know that might not be the best advice in a lot of other scenarios, but in the scenarios of pursuing your dream, I think there's so many people that if you ask for acceptance before you've done it and you ask people's opinion, they're just going to try to put you down, and that includes your family, and they're just kind of going to try to deter you because they have their own fears surrounding it also. And it's just not great when you already have your own fears to take on the fears of others. So if I would have done it again, which I think I kind of did this at one point I was like, okay, I don't need your approval anymore. I'm going to do it. And then once I did it, then I asked for their acceptance. Okay, I'm already doing this. Can you accept this part of me, this life that I'm starting to live? And of course, they do love me. And so they did have to be like, okay, yeah. And it took them a while, but eventually now they're like really excited to see my adventures, and I think they're really proud of me too. And so I think that's a great rule of thumb. Again, not for everything, but for the scenario of like following your intuitions and your dreams, I think just do it. And the people who really love you are going to adapt and love you regardless. But you really don't have to ask for anyone's opinions before you do it, because it's your life. It's no one else's. So don't let other people make decisions for you. Now you're gonna go look at my camera. Don't knock it over. Don't knock it over. Hey, 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 hey.
I don't even eat you. I'm frightened for you. In your eyes. I just want to offer this peach. You want it?